friends. So today I'm out by my garden house. So I'm going through my seeds, trying to decide what I want to plant in the empty spaces that I have in my garden. Do I want to do herbs? I planted cucumbers already. I already have squash. Put that aside. Do you know why I garden? The garden relates to our mental health. And when you're planning out a garden, you have to take care of it. You have to make sure that it has the right environment. And to me, just being in the garden itself with your hands in the dirt, that's a therapy all on its own. Because of the microbes and I'm not going to get into the science behind it because, like I said, I'm not a doctor. One thing I want to dive into discussing today is childhood trauma. I've spent a lot of time thinking about my own childhood trauma and how it shaped me as a person. And I've learned that we can't shape ourselves, and we can't understand what we don't admit. We can't grow from it if we don't understand it. So understanding it is a big part of healing. So I'm inviting you to come along with me as I sort through my own story, and maybe it can help you. Because just like these seeds, maybe then we can decide what to nurture and plant again in our lives. Well, I thought I was going to garden today, but it's too hot. So I think what we'll do is just decide what we want to plant, and then from there I will plant them later when the sun's not scorching. Are you guys gardeners? Do you have like a large seed collection? This is how I've been organizing mine. And I took up gardening in 2015. I knew nothing about it. Nothing at all. I just decided I want to garden. I want to be able to provide food that's fresh, that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Because you can buy seed packets for on MI Gardener, it's like $2 a pack. Right now I think it's on sale, so it's even cheaper than that. Even if you go to Walmart, you can get the seed packets for like $1.99 to $3, but I like to go to seed exchanges and different garden, like if you go to garden expos, they have those usually, but I also like to go at the end of garden season when all the seeds are on sale. Should I plant more okra? I think some of my okras, I might plant some okra. I'm gonna go through that. But yeah, so many of us, we carry the weight of childhood trauma on our shoulders and in the back of our minds subconsciously, and we don't even realize it. And I think we act out a lot, and we don't understand why we're acting out. Some of us have dealt with it for so long that that's just how we are. And we come to tell people, this is me. If you don't like it, deal with it, because we've put our wall up. And diving into my past, I didn't have a great relationship with my mom. And me and my dad, we had a great relationship, but he wasn't that great at showing his emotions. And I think because I was dealing so much with my mom, it really hurt me that I didn't have that. Because, you feel like you only have one side of a parent at that point. Where you feel like you need two parents. It's designed for us to have two parents. And it's designed that way for a reason. And when you don't, it just messes up the balance of everything. So I've spent years trying to figure out how my childhood shaped me. I got into psychology really early on. I used to want to be a psychiatrist, so I was going to get my PhD, if that counts. But I really wanted to figure out why I was the way I was, why I was thinking the thoughts that I was thinking, why I let people treat me the way I let them treat me. And just a couple years ago, I finally said, you know what? No, I'm taking it back. I'm taking my life back. And now I'm going to try to be the person that I want to be. I'm going to look at all the patterns in front of me and decide which one serves me the best. And you know, this isn't about fixing everything overnight, because it's not. Like I said, this took me years, and that's when I finally decided, hey, I'm done. Because for a long time, I didn't even understand that the problems were actually problems. Because you get so used to being in the trauma, you get so used to living in it, that it becomes normal. And it's not normal to be treated like that. It's not normal to be treated like a doormat, or like your feelings don't matter. So it's not something that can just be changed overnight. It's something that you have to nurture, and you have to take small steps to get there. I have tons of beans. I don't think I need to plant any more beans. I'm probably going to buy some peppers, because I tried to start some peppers and they're not looking great. So let's go over some things. I want to play a game, and I'm going to read off and maybe put on the screen different things that a person going through childhood trauma would be experiencing. And maybe you don't even know that you're experiencing it. But if this is you, then stick with me and we will get through this together. Because the first step to healing is understanding it. Do you ever have a deep sense of shame or guilt that seems to come out of nowhere? Do you struggle to trust people for fear that they will abandon you or leave you? Do you have difficulty setting boundaries, and you always tend to put other people's needs before your own? Do you ever experience kind of like flashbacks, or maybe nightmares, or intrusive memories from your childhood? And maybe this could just happen sporadically. Maybe something that you do, or maybe a song that you hear will remind you of something. Do you ever feel like you're emotionally numb or disconnected from your feelings? Do you often find yourself in toxic relationships that mirror your old patterns? Or maybe a parent that you didn't get along with? Do you have a strong inner critic that always tells you you're not good enough? Do you feel like you're always on edge? Maybe you're just super hyper vigilant, or you're easily triggered. So if any of those apply to you, you're in the right place. It's okay, we will get through this. But the first thing I want you to do is I want you to acknowledge it, because understanding it is the second step, really. The first step is saying it out loud. And you don't have to say it to me. You don't have to say it to anybody. You can say it to you. Look in the mirror. Start a video diary. That's what I used to do. That's honestly how I coped, is I started a vlog diary just for myself. And I would be able to go back and look at it to see how far I came. Maybe start a journal. Write it down. If you're scared that somebody will find it, write it down, tear it out, rip it up, or burn it. That's also a healing strategy. That's a coping strategy. Maybe don't burn it if you're not that great with, fire. Maybe just put it through a shredder, or just cut it up in fine little strips. But the first step to getting past it is to acknowledge it. I mean, you can think it, you could say, hey, I do feel this way, and I think that it's because this or this. But actually getting through it, it takes more than just thinking it. Because if you're just thinking it, you're keeping it in subconsciously. Now, your first step could be to think it and admit that that is causing an issue in your life. And when you do that, your next step needs to be to say it out loud. And it's very powerful, and you'll find out that just looking at yourself in the mirror and saying those words out loud, make sure nobody can hear you, because it's not for anybody else, it's for you. But say it. So-and-so hurt me. I feel like this because they weren't right to me. They weren't good to me. I don't get mad because other people do things, like if you have a loved one in your life, okay, and they didn't do anything, but you seem to take it out on them. I'm guilty of that. Admit that and say it's not so-and-so's fault. It's because I'm dealing with something. And then your next step from there would be to talk to them about it, because if that person is with you, they do care about you. And they do want to hear those things. Don't be scared to say that, because you're worth it. I promise you're worth it. So, some other things that you can do. Have you ever heard of nature bathing or grounding? Those are true practices. So just go out into the woods. If you don't have a woods near you, go to a park. Take your shoes off. Walk around in the grass, in the dirt. Not if it's gross or if there's sharp objects, but just walk around. You know, like a long time ago, we didn't even have shoes, so everybody was grounded. But the nature bathing, go out and just sit in the forest or a park near you and just breathe. Bugs are trying to attack me. And just breathe. Just take it all in. You close your eyes and you focus on the sounds. What do I hear? I hear a car passing, going down my road. But in nature, what would you hear? You close your eyes and you'd hear the birds, maybe the bees, possibly some lawnmowers. What would you smell? Like nature. You'd smell dirt. You'd smell... I wonder if photosynthesis has a smell, but you would smell that. The fresh air. Probably the flowers. Maybe some decomposing wood that doesn't have a bad smell, by the way. It sounds gross. Decomposing sounds gross, but it doesn't have a bad smell. It smells very earthy. And if you don't know what earthy smells smell like, just go pick up some dirt and smell it. That's what earthy smells like. What are your grounding practices going to be? So after we acknowledge it, we're going to do our grounding practices. Find a grounding practice that fits best for you. Mine are gardening, walking in my woods. I have a woods over there, which you've seen in my intro. And I like to take a walk through there. We're actually going to be creating paths through the woods. That'll be fun. Because, my life is all about healing. I am present and I am constantly healing. Because healing doesn't just stop. Like, once you feel better, healing doesn't just stop. You don't go, oh, I'm fixed, everything's good now. No. Healing is an ongoing practice. So your next thing would be maybe to find some kind of therapy or support group. And it could be anything. I mean, you can actually go find a physical therapy or support group. Or you can just find some like-minded friends. Maybe join some groups on Facebook about therapy. I'm in some right now that have a lot of cool memes that really help me, because I get a little giggle because I'm like, oh, I can relate to that. That's a form of therapy. Our next thing would be journaling. So I want you to get a journal. And if you're worried about somebody getting into your journal, first off, we could try to hide it. You could try to hide your journal in a place where you don't think anybody would go. Or maybe just write down things in code. And I know that sounds horrible, but I want you to journal, because journaling is so freeing. Just to be able to write all of those things that's in your mind and get them out and put them on paper. It's so freeing. Like I said, even if you have to rip out the pages, I like to keep my pages because I like to go back and see how far I've came. So this next one, if you're dealing with childhood trauma, this one might hit you. I need you to reparent yourself. I need you to be the parent to yourself that you always needed. These bugs. So that is treating yourself with kindness, treating yourself with respect, and protecting yourself. And that will look like loving yourself, doing stuff for yourself. You know what you like to do, and if you don't, you need to learn what you like and do those things. And respect yourself. Know that you have boundaries. Protect yourself. Don't let people walk all over you. It's so easier said than done. And like I said, it takes time. But you set small goals. Like, I'm not going to let this person do this anymore. Put up that wall. Put up that boundary. Because walls and boundaries are good in different situations. Maybe not towards a loved one where you're not letting them know how you feel about them. That's not a good wall. But a good wall is one that you put up for yourself to protect yourself. Like, no, I'm not going to give you money all the time because you make me feel like I have to. In a sense of, like a friend that overuses you. Hey, can I borrow this? Can I borrow that? No. I'm sorry, so-and-so, but I'm not going to keep doing this for you. Because this is the only time you ever come around me or call me is when you need something. You have to set those boundaries. So that was our next one. Setting healthy boundaries. And I want you to connect with safe people. Know the people. Think about the people. Write them down. The people that are actually there for you, that have always had your back, that are there for you even when you don't have anything to give them. Those are the people that you need to build the relationships with. I want you to be patient with yourself. Because just like planting seeds in a garden, it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. You can plant those seeds all you want, but the next day you come back, there's still going to be dirt with seeds in it. You have to wait for yourself to sprout. And then you have to tend to it. You have to tend to yourself. Like a little gentle, tender flower. And eventually, you will bloom into the person that you want to be. Just like find the small joys that bring you and your heart light and praise them, celebrate them. And once you do all that, that is when you will start to heal. My hope is that with our little chats that we're going to have, I hope that I encourage you with my story to look into your own story so that you can acknowledge it and start to grow. Like, talking about our childhood trauma doesn't have to be heavy. It can be healing, it can be hopeful, and hopefully even it can become beautiful, because you will be able to look back on it and know, this is where I came, and I'm not that person anymore, because I overcame all of that, and I am the person that I am today, and I am strong, I am smart, I am vibrant, I am living and loving life. So as we move through this, I want to get to know you. So if you're a new follower, I want you to drop a line in the comments and tell me who you are, and maybe tell me like what you learned about yourself or what kind of traumas that you might be facing. You don't have to tell me your whole life story. I'm not going to make you do that. I'm just interested to know you. I'm your friend and I want to be here for you. I want to create a safe space where we can all heal together and share our stories so that they can get out of our mind. That person is flying, so that they can get out of our mind and into the world, and we can start tackling them together. So now I'm gonna go sort through my seeds and decide what I want to plant today. I'm probably gonna do some nasturtiums. But yeah, drop some comments down below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time, friend.